Hi, good morning to all. Today we are going to look at an important topic as the principles of scientific management. It comes in second unit of principle of management. The first principle is replacing rule of thumb with the science. Here is a rule of thumb. It's not a Fleming rule. Fleming the left and right hand rule. It is we don't follow the intuition of ours. We need to follow the science. That is the meaning of a rule of thumb with the science. Taylor emphasized that organized knowledge should be applied now, which now should replace a rule of thumb. We don't go now behind the intuition of ours. We need to follow the organized knowledge of science. Organized knowledge now precision in determining any aspect of work. Through organized knowledge now we need to work now in an effective way. Rule of thumb emphasizes estimation. Yeah, estimation in scientific way. Second rule is a harmony in group action and cooperation. Whenever we work in group activities now, we need to work in peaceful way. That is a harmony in group action. Taylor emphasized the importance of harmony in group action rather than discard. We need to know work in group action in peaceful way. That is the way of understanding this. Group harmony refers to mutual give and take in a situation. It's a give and take policy. Scientific management involves achieving cooperation rather than chaotic individualism. Scientific management focuses on group activities, not on individual activities. The third principle is division of work responsibility. Work and responsibility should be divided between management and workers properly. This is for workers enhance their specialist in that kind of work. That's why we have to do division of work in the management. If we divide the works in each department, we will get the specialization on that. Managers should apply scientific management principles in planning the work. It the uses of our top level management, they frame the planning. They will apply the scientific method. Workers should perform the tasks on the basis of scientific way. Maximum output scientific management involves continuous increase in production rather than restricted production either by management or by workers. Whenever we do works in scientific way, we can increase our production in any than any other methods. Taylor hated inefficiency. Everyone hated inefficiency, right? In this, in his opinion, there is hardly any worse crime to my mind than that of deliberately restricting output. We need to avoid the restriction outputs. We need to achieve the high production through the scientific method. The fifth one, scientific development and training of workers. If we give them sufficient training to our subordinates, we need to enhance our production capacity. as well as the workers' moral also. Development of workers to the fullest extent is required for their own and for the company's highest prosperity. Yeah, organization gets prosperity through the proper training given to workers. Development of workers require there is scientific selection and providing them training at workplace. Yeah, we need to develop the employees through given proper training. Taylor published a book titled The Principle of Scientific Management in 1911. Taylor published his book as titled The Principle of Scientific Management in 1911. Thank you.